so let's see what we need. We need pretty much just a basic orbiter with room for... We've got one Kerbal in there and one Kerbal there. So, yeah, basic orbiter should be able to do this just fine. Now I've got to remember to make sure there's 2 free seats on board, or else it's going to be a more than one trip. I think I have just the orbiter for that. Yep, that'll do nicely. Get rid of the extra stuff I don't need. Yeah, that'll work. Orwise, he can do the honors of rescuing today. I was trying to avoid launching any more spacecraft, but sometimes you have to. And certainly know that there's no way I'm going to be able to land that thing on nuclear engines. And that is why you don't time warp in the atmosphere. That's what I get for being impatient. Ah, I love that sunrise moment in this game. Went ahead and ditched that stage so it would fall back into the atmosphere and not be some extra debris out here. .153 by 150. Perfect. Alright, so they will slowly catch up with each other. I do need to, what? Oh, switch craft. Right. I was not trying to switch spacecraft. I was trying to target that one. Oh, I just did it again. Okay, so our plane correction maneuver will be here. We'll need to angle downward ever so slightly. Let's see how that did. Yes, perfect. Okay, so we're on the same plane as the interplanetary spacecraft now. So just a matter of letting those two catch up. So let's see how... Where's the Space Center now? Still about midnight at the Space Center, so let's go ahead and fast forward a bit. Alright, this is the patch of land we're aiming at. Right here. How much fuel do we have? Still a decent amount. Probably enough to stop when we get there. Again, no parachutes on this lander, so we will be landing under power. Let's see exactly how accurate this is. We're going to put this right on the Space Center and see where exactly we land. This is the first time the Space Center has actually been in the clear on one of my approaches, and I've been able to see it through the clouds. And there. perfect. I broke 2 of the landing legs, but we made it. I will call that a success. Recover that one. That did pretty well for us. We've over 2,000 science now. Over 1 million funds, I believe. Yep, over 1 million funds. And our reputation has gone up to 958 from 940 something. Whew, that was hectic. I can't believe I actually made that. I really waited till the last minute to hit the engines there. Alright, let's jump back up into orbit. Or we need to get the remaining crew off of the interplanetary module. So first things first is we're going to need to boost this orbit up a little bit higher since we're now ahead of the interplanetary stage. And so we're still pretty close, so we might actually be able to make an encounter out of this, but probably not. No, it doesn't look like there'll be an encounter here. Perhaps on the other side of the orbit we will be able to do that. Alright, so moving around to the other side of the orbit, just need to raise up the, you want the, when you're trying to rendezvous 2 spacecraft, you want the one that's ahead to be in a higher orbit than the one that's behind. So now that these two have passed each other, we need to bring this one up to the higher orbit. Still trying to close the gap here between these 2 spacecraft before we bring them together. Got lots of fuel on board, so I'm not terribly worried about how I'm spending that, as you can probably tell from the quick approach we made. Let's see, where's the docking ports? Ah, there it is. Put this into chase mode so I can see what I'm doing. And let's just get around behind it. And I hit it. Yeah, you can tell I'm very tired tonight. the bright side, this will make it much easier to see what I'm doing. And looks like we're going to dock this time. There we go. Much better. Alright, so one of the cool new features coming out in the next version of this game is that instead of having to send your Kerbals on spacewalks to move them from one spacecraft to another, you'll be able to simply, when you click on this crew hatch, there will be a button that says Transfer Crew right here. So you can just move them straight from one ship to the other. Looking forward to that. Though, I'll be honest, the spacewalks are one of my favorite parts of the game so far, so I'm going to be looking for more excuses to do those. And one more Kerbal in here. Get him into the rescue pod. Whoa, what's going on there? That was different. He almost went pinging off into space there. Okay, we're going to shut down the engine on this and disable the fuel crossfeed. Alright, our only objective for deorbiting this is to aim for an ocean. Now we've got a good ocean here. That should be plenty of room for us to bring this down in. See if the main spacecraft still has enough fuel to bring this orbit to a close. Oh yeah, they got plenty of fuel. Seems to be a theme with this spacecraft. It's like, I don't think I have enough fuel for this. Oh wait, yes I do. I could drop it in the desert. Nah. It's much more fun to drop nuclear waste in the ocean. There we go. Alright, let's disengage from the larger spacecraft. Okay, both of these going in now. Rotating them to heads down. And I got them separated from the larger spacecraft, but still fairly close so we can watch that one go down with us. Don't want to miss any of that, right? We are within the atmosphere, so we are going to stage the service module there. fast forwarding a little bit because I'm getting impatient with myself. And here we are. Splashdown. What was that one bit of science we couldn't bring on the other spacecraft? That would be the mystery goo observation. Oh, right, because that was a duplicate of the other one, I guess. I'm not entirely sure the logic there. One last thing to deorbit. Right, this is my big space station. Not as big as it usually gets in this save file, but still pretty decent size. Let's see, who have we got up here? Is there anyone in the rescue pod? Empty, perfect. That means I should have 3 Kerbals up here and 3 places for them to sit. What? Oh, where are you going, Kerbal? This is a very similar command pod to the one that I was just flying, except this one's made with some mod parts from the KW rocketry pack. A nice, efficient engine that runs on the same fuel as the RCS thrusters, which was a change they made from the previous version. Took me a minute to realize that when I was playing with it. Suddenly couldn't get the engine to fire. These are the main 3 Kerbals. These are the only 3 that will respawn in a normal game. Jebediah, Bill, and Bob, they are the first 3 you start with in every save file. And I like to put them in the first space station that I build every time. And then I also try and make them the last people I bring home for the big cleanup moments. So close to being finished. Just have to wrangle this station, get it out of orbit. First time I did this thing was just spectacular atmospheric re-entry. It was full of parts, and it had some drone cores on it, so I was able to get all the Kerbals off before I deorbited the thing. Control from here. It's like a snake. It is all wobbly. Now we're making some progress, I think. That looks perfect. Alright, so let's see exactly how far away from everything else this winds up now. This is the last one, everybody. The last ship of my save file, the last 3 Kerbals. I don't think we landed a single spacecraft today that didn't have a completely full crew. Everything was every seat full on the way down. So pretty efficient return trips, I believe. Got lots and lots of science. Might be enough to unlock the rest of the tech tree if I'm lucky. Probably not, but I have to take a look before I close this save file down for good. I would definitely like to be able to say I finished it, you know? And then I'm going to go to bed, because I am exhausted. I have been streaming for close to 3 hours, I believe. I don't know how people do it for longer than that. I'm already losing my voice. Lord knows I don't think I could ever do Desert Bus, that's for sure. Let's get a crew report. Jebediah all smiles on his way back down. Somehow Bob is in the command seat, though, which bothers me slightly. It should always be Jeb in the command seat. There we are. Re-entry effects happening now. Still within sight of the station and the service module, so you might actually get to see those crash this time. Depends on whether or not they get far enough away to get deleted before they hit the ground. Or in this case, the water, I guess. Uh-oh. No, I don't want them to vanish. I want them to explode. People come here for explosions. And there it goes. Well, that was anticlimactic. I thought we were at least going to get to see the space station explode. And the service module's gone. At least we rescued all the Kerbals. That's the important thing. Last crew of 3 coming down through the clouds now. These 3 have been in space for over 6 years, I believe, because they were launched within the first couple weeks of the space program on this save file. They were certainly up there for the entire length of this episode, and that was over 4 years of time in the game. Descending gently onto the water. And mission complete. Kerbal Cleanup .24 has been completed. successfully, not a single Kerbal lost. All spacecraft brought back down. A few bits of debris still left up there, but nothing too major. Couple boosters, that sort of thing. Gonna give us a quick scan, see what else is left. And as you can see, nothing left on screen except for my 2 rovers and a whole bunch of flags. So I will consider that a success. Kerbal Cleanup, of course, will be back with 0.25. When they get ready to upgrade to the next version of the game, I will be here to clean up my save file. See how much of the science tree I managed to finish this time. Yep, I missed a lot. I didn't even go for the asteroid claw. Oh well. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm going to bed now. I'm exhausted. See you all next time, hopefully sometime later this week when 0.25 gets released. Thank you, and good night.